and gentlemen, welcome to my Week 13 NFL predictions. This is one of the best weeks of football of the year. Games on Thursday, games on Friday, games on Sunday, games on Monday. Last week, I'm coming off of a very respectable 10-4 record, bringing my total to whatever it is. I forgot to check, I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, I'll have it displayed right here. But a couple of plugs as always. Don't forget to check out G Fuel. Don't forget to check out Waggle, as their entire inventory right now is on sale for Black Friday. Hitting the link in my description will bring you to my personal page of my favorite items. And also, don't forget to use code WyattzWorld at sign up on Prize Picks to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. Which, by the way, right now I don't see any free square listed for tomorrow, but I feel like they usually always have one for Thanksgiving, so keep an eye on that. Anyway, please remember to always play responsibly, and let's get into the video. So, kicking off Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, with the first noon game, it is Green Bay at Detroit. Give me Detroit 24-14. I think this is going to be a good smackdown. Green Bay did have a nice win against Minnesota last week, which against Minnesota's defense, I will give all the credit to them. But I think the difference maker here between this and last week is not only, Detroit's defense playing pretty well, but the fact that their quarterback, Jared Goff, is also not going to be just throwing balls at defenders. Well, hopefully not. I'm looking for an aerial assault here. Jared Goff's going to throw 3 touchdowns, and Hutchinson is going to get 2 sacks in the game. Now moving on to the next Thursday game at 3:30, we have the Chiefs at the Cowboys. This game is gonna cook, I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be a really entertaining game. Give me Kansas City 30-28. I'm expecting offense from both sides here. I mean, Dallas is pretty unstoppable at this point when it comes to getting down the field. They've got a top receiving duo in football. Their tight ends are good. They have a rebirth of a running back, and they also have a defense that's gonna get destroyed by Patrick Mahomes. I'm expecting a monster game out of Rashee Rice here. I'm talking 2 touchdowns, 150 yards. He is explosive and fast as shit. I do not think the already bad Dallas secondary is going to be able to hold his jockstrap. Dallas will battle, but the Chiefs are going to win the game. Now moving on to Thursday night, we've got the Bengals with, I believe, the return of Joe Burrow versus the Ravens. Baltimore 31-21. I mean, Burrow coming back is certainly exciting. It's going to add a lot to the game when it comes to entertainment purposes, but it ain't going to change the outcome. Now, granted, if Lamar Jackson, continues to struggle a little bit out there, this could completely go the other way, but I think him and Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers, they're going to have a big day. I think Henry is going to have a lot of carries, and they'll be able to cut right through the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, the Bengals have the worst defense in the league. It's almost as bad as it could possibly get. They rank 31st in both rushing and passing defense. Like, defensively, you are consistently shit on all aspects. These guys average 32 points allowed a game. They're not winning. And now moving on to Friday, we have the Bears at the Eagles in an Amazon Prime exclusive. Sick. I want to take the Bears shockingly here, but I can't do it. I think Philly's going to beat them here, and I think Saquon's going to bounce back with yet another really nice game. Chicago's run defense is pretty bad. Team also allows a lot of points, and oftentimes they allow a lot of points to shitty teams. I just think this is going to be the week where they finally meet their match. This is going to be Chicago's first true test of the year, and it's coming late. But we are going to know if the Bears can hang with the big dogs after this week. I think Caleb will make a mistake. I think Ben Johnson's going to be a little overly aggressive, and I think the Eagles will get out 26-20. Now moving on to Sunday afternoon, we have San Francisco at Cleveland. I will take San Francisco. While I think it'll be entertaining to keep up with Shedeur Sanders and see how he does, there is no denying that the guy still has a lot of work to do, and he's going to be playing Kyle Shanahan, who has been licking his chops all week for this opportunity. San Francisco has been so resilient. With injuries, with bad quarterback play, they still find ways to walk out on top, man. They still win games. Coming off of a pretty convincing one against the Panthers, too, all things considered. I think this will be a pretty convincing win by the 49ers. I'm actually going to take them 27-13. However, Myles Garrett's going to get another 2 sacks, just saying. Now we've got Jacksonville at the Titans. Tickets to this game are $11. Am I crazy for thinking Tennessee has a shot here? I won't do it though. Cohen's been too consistent. He's been too stable. Also, no matter how good Cam Ward plays, Tennessee's offense is just horrible. And what's going to make this even better for the Jags is that they have the best run defense in the NFL, and Tennessee's run offense is the absolute worst in the NFL. Like, they're not going to be able to run. This is going to be Cam Ward throwing over and over and over again. Like, I will bet you right now, Cam Ward throws the ball over 35 times. And if they don't, it's a horseshit game plan. Like, Tennessee also is just rarely ever in games unless their special teams also scores a touchdown. And that's really hard to bank on as well. I think Jacksonville walks out ahead 2014. Now we've got Houston at Indy. Upset alert, I'm taking the Texans. Brother, this team does not allow a lot of points, and this team also has been winning games consistently now with Davis Mills. With CJ returning to practice and expected to return to play this week, I think this team will click together like a giant puzzle. And I don't mean to discredit the Colts and take anything away from them. They are playing well. They've had a great year. But this seems like a defense that'll be Daniel Jones' worst nightmare. I don't expect him to be throwing for a lot. I'm expecting some turnovers, and I think Jonathan Taylor is going to have more shit to deal with than a priest who woke up in hell. Houston's going to win this game 21-17. Now moving on, we have the Saints at the Dolphins. I'll take the Dolphins here, 26-23. It'll be close, it'll be chaotic, but the Dolphins will win and they'll get closer to the Bills and make me more uncomfortable. And you gotta give the Dolphins credit, man. They're doing something the Bills aren't. They're winning their winnable games right now. This one being extremely winnable against a terrible Saints team. Defense obviously isn't pretty, but their offense can score as long as Tua, decides to not put his helmet on backwards. I don't think they'll have a problem beating the 2-9 Saints, who have scored only 160 points through 12 weeks of NFL football. They're tied for the worst in the league. They've scored less points than Tennessee. Now we have the Falcons at the Jets. Oh, Kirko's gonna light them up here, dude. I'm taking Atlanta 30-16. I think the Falcons are just gonna feast. Bijan's going over 100. I think Mooney is going over 100. Sucks that Drake London has that PCL sprain or whatever the hell it is. He's considered week to week, but that's why they have Kyle Pitts, right? Right? Falcons should cruise by the Jets, no problem. If they don't, that is a bigger problem than they've had all year. Now moving on, we have Arizona at Tampa Bay. Now this is kind of a bullshit pick, but honestly, it's really a decision on Baker Mayfield. If Baker plays, I think Tampa Bay will get ahead 24-21 and win the game. If Baker Mayfield's out and it's Teddy Bridgewater versus the Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett, who's throwing like a cyborg right now, then I'm gonna take Arizona to win the game, and I think they'll win it 28-17. And that's as simple as I can put it. It's a matter of who starts for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dude. Teddy Bridgewater, great person, we all know it, great guy, wonderful story. But having him as your quarterback in 2025? Dude, I'd be more motivated with my dad playing. I'm not even shitting you. Now we got the Rams at the Panthers. Oh, fuck. Sorry, Carolina. Rams win 30-14. They're gonna murder him. Well, maybe J.C. Horn will pick off Stafford and break the streak. J.C. Horn's been playing out of his mind. But if he does, I mean, that'll be the highlight of the game at least. They'll have something to talk about. I think Carolina's gonna struggle the entire time, and this will be one of the games where all of their points are scored in like the last 6 minutes. Basically the New York Jets. Now we've got the Vikings, who are expected to start Max Brosmer at Seattle. I mean, JJ's technically out with a concussion, but at this point, I don't think that they would play him anyway. That's not even me being mean. He's just not ready to play. It's a fact. Seattle's also going to beat the fuck out of the Vikings, too. They're going to win like 33-17. Really, this is just about watching Max Brosmer and seeing if he can perform better than JJ McCarthy, because if he does, Minnesota's going to burn to the ground. That is the only way the JJ McCarthy uproar could get any louder, and by how the season's been playing out, I believe that's almost a certainty to happen. Now we've got Buffalo at Pittsburgh. Please, for the love of fuck. Bills win 21-20 by a point. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be stupid. Doesn't matter if Rodgers is back or not. It'll be close. It'll be stupid. Doesn't matter if Josh Allen is actually playing out of his mind. It'll be close and it'll be stupid. Doesn't matter if the entire Pittsburgh team calls in sick and doesn't show up. It'll still be close and it'll still be stupid. Also, Buffalo picking up Brandon Cooks. That was just the most Bills thing I've ever seen. I called that. This essentially feels like a playoff game. I really hate the position that we're in. Please just fucking win.
Hello, WyattzWorld junkies. It's the Fossil coming to you from the cave with a Thanksgiving weekend pick. Last week I correctly picked Seattle to beat Tennessee. It moved me to 11 correct and 1 wrong in my cameo picks. I looked at all the teams that are out there. There are 9 teams that have not been involved in picks I've made. I'll get them all yet this year. Some will be playing head-to-head the next couple weeks, but this week none of them are playing head-to-head, so I'm going to stray off and pick off one of the teams, the Buffalo Bills. They'll be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is out with a hand injury, or at least I think he's going to be out. If he's in, it doesn't make much difference. So I expect Pittsburgh to play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer against Buffalo. Buffalo, the thing that concerns me here is Buffalo, their passing attack is like number 2 or 3 in the league, and Pittsburgh has one of the worst pass defenses, unfortunately. This is not a good matchup for them. The Buffalo defense hasn't been stopping anybody either, but I think they've got enough to stop a Rodgerless Pittsburgh Steelers offense. I think Buffalo goes in there and they win this game 23-16, a lot of field goals flying around, and hopefully it moved to 12-1. Hey, I hope all of you WyattzWorld junkies have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much turkey, and I'll see you next week.
Now we've got the Raiders at the Chargers. Chargers will win 31-19. A lot of kicks here. Also with the Chargers, you know, being rested up. Hampton expected to return, I believe. He's been practicing again. The team should have a very nice boost of energy and a boost of confidence going into a game versus one of the worst teams in football currently. Geno will do what Geno does and just force unnecessary passes for the entirety of the game, throw 3 interceptions, and Pete Carroll might resign after the game. Now moving on to Sunday night, we have Denver at Washington. Denver wins 21-7. I don't think Washington's gonna do shit. Jaden Daniels is a long shot to return. Even if he does come back, they ain't doing shit. Denver's defense has been a wall. Offense has been consistent, even though I don't think they're the flashiest offense in the league by any means. Washington's secondary is fucking brutal. I think this will be a pretty boring ass kicking to watch. And now moving on to Monday night, we have the Giants at the Patriots, and this is gonna be a fucking disaster for the Giants. Take the Patriots to win. We'll go 28-10. Their secondary, shockingly, isn't as good as you would imagine, but the Patriots' run defense is tremendous. The Patriots team as a whole is tremendous. This is not the team to fuck with. This is not the team to try and pull some trick play on. This is the hottest team in the league who knows their potential right now, and their coach is gonna put his foot on the back of your head and rip your fucking spine out with his bare hand. I've been predicting this for weeks, but I'm gonna predict it again. He almost got it last week. Drake May will finally break 300 passing yards, and the Patriots are going to continue to cruise on and hold the 1 seed in the AFC. Fuck you. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for my Week 13 NFL predictions. Hope you guys liked this video. Let me know in the comments where we differ, and as always, I appreciate you guys for being here. Show any support, because you know I appreciate that as well. I hope everybody has a great holiday. Stay safe. Enjoy your break from school or work or whatever it's a break from if you got one, and I will see you guys in the next video.